Guys, they said there was shock in Ooni of Ife's palace as Queen Naomi begged Dr. Lizzy not to leave the king. And she and Reverend Funke also called to let her know that God is still alive. And they said they prayed for her very, very well. We all know that ever since Dr. Elizabeth enters the palace, she have been supporting Queen Naomi's return, like as if Queen Naomi is her sister. As a matter of fact, people see her as they refer to her as Queen Naomi's sister in that palace. And a lot of people believe that the reason she is passing through what she's passing through right there in the palace right now is because she is fighting for Queen Naomi's return, thereby making the wives to see her as an enemy to them. But if I'm to ask this question, Oletik, when she got married to the king newly, we were hearing the same story about conceiving and having miscarriages over and over and over and over again. And during that period, if you guys remember, Oletik is always accusing Igbi of all that is happening to her. She keeps saying that Igbi is a witchy witchy. That is if the information is true, because they are all alleged information. And because we do not live in the palace, we cannot say if it is true or not. But that is what we were hearing then, that Igbi is Oletik's problem. Until this last one that happened and all of that. And if you remember the day that Oletik and her twins was welcomed into the palace, Igbi was not giving, Oletik did not give Igbi face. As in the way she snubbed her. Hey, a lot of people were like, ha, Oletik, you are overdoing it, oh, this, that. But maybe now she know what she passed through in her hands that made her to behave like that. So that is why I said what Dr. Lizzy is passing through right now may not be necessarily because of her support for Queen Naomi's return, even though we all know that the Oloris are not happy with her over the fact that whenever they plan anything against Queen Naomi, she will not be in support. But that did not stop her from standing with the truth, which is Queen Naomi did not offend me, and for that reason, I will not fight her return. If her husband said he wants her to return back to him, who am I to say no? After all, this is polygamy already. It's not as if I am now the only wife of the king. So, and I believe that if all these women will have the same mindset that they are in this polygamy already, they will allow Kabiyesi bring back Queen Naomi, and it's not as if they are going to live in peace, but all these kind of stories that we are hearing, we will not be hearing them, So, they said when this issue of taking her picture to a shrine, taking her clothes to a particular shrine like that happened, and they said Dr. Lizzy was heartbroken and she decided to leave. She decided to leave the palace because she was frightened that she doesn't know what will happen to her tomorrow. So they say while Kabiyesi was begging her to stay, Kabiyesi decided to call Queen Naomi, because Queen Naomi, from what we are hearing, is in Morocco right now with Tadenikawo and this Reverend Esther Ajayi, Reverend Funke, sorry, not Esther, Reverend Funke and some other Christian sisters. They have a summit there. So when Kabiyesi called Queen Naomi to let Queen Naomi know what is going on and all of that, they said Queen Naomi felt so bad over everything that is happening to Dr. Lizzy. And they said she called Dr. Lizzy that night. And when Queen Naomi was receiving that call, they said she was with Reverend Funke. And that Reverend Funke is Queen Naomi's godmother, remember? So, and I think she's also one of the people that is organizing the Christian Women's Summit that they went for in Morocco. So they said she was with Queen Naomi when that call entered. And maybe she overheard Queen Naomi talking with the king over Dr. Elizabeth, or I don't know. But they said when Kabiyesi finished talking with Queen Naomi called Dr. Lizzy that night. And after speaking with her, she told her that she heard what you said, that you're going to leave this, that. They said, Queen Naomi told Dr. Lizzy that spiritual warfare is not about distance. That no matter where you are, if the enemy wants to find you, they will definitely get to you. That all you need to do is to be steadfast in prayer. Just know that you have a God and believe in your God. Don't even think that their manipulations there will get to you. Just know that God's time is the best. When it is time, when God said it is your time, that it is your time. They said after Queen Naomi gave her few words of advice, letting her know that spiritual welfare, as in what is going on in that palace, is not something that she will say, okay, I want to run away. I want to do this. That even if you run, if they want to get you, they will still go to wherever you run to and catch you. That is all about being prayerful. That when you are prayerful enough, they will come. But when they come and see that you are always spiritually alert, that at some point they will stop coming. And they said Dr. Queen Naomi also told her that they will be praying for her, that whenever it is time for God to give her own child, that God is going to do it. The second Naomi prayed for her. After praying for her, Reverend Funke, who must have been hearing what they are saying, or who was there at the moment from what we heard, also prayed for her on the phone, letting her know that they will be backing her up in prayers, that running away from the palace is not the solution, that she should stay with her husband, that she got married to the king. She's now a wife to the king. So all she needs to do is to know that there is battle, and with prayers she can conquer. That there have never been a case where darkness overcovers light. And for that same reason, she should always remember that prayer is the key, and always pray. So they said after Queen Naomi and Reverend Funke words of advice and prayers to Dr. Lizzy, it was like Dr. Lizzy's mind came down a little bit, because they said the way she was, if Kabiyesi have not intervened and called Queen Naomi the way they did that night, they said maybe the next morning Dr. Lizzy would have carried her bag and leave the palace, the way she was hot and all of that. But after that words of advice and prayers, they said they calmed her nerves, and Kabiyesi was happy over the interference and all of that. One thing is that left for me, I would say that Kabiyesi should trash all of these old cargoes. Sorry. And maybe end up with Queen Naomi and Dr. Lizzy, because these two, I think, no matter how bad polygamy is, the two of them will give Kabiyesi peace of mind. Yes, even though we all know that maybe in one word or they will be having little issue, but not issue of going to Babalawo, all the spiritual attack and all of that. That is my own opinion. Anyways, I don't know what you think. Whatever you think, share with us on the comment section. But don't forget that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them, okay? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.